Hello, my name is Deandra Boyd, and I'm here on behalf of Body Fuel Foundation. I am here to advocate and change the policy to recognize a portion size of a meal as the size of a heart that you make with your hands. This is the amount of food that one should eat in one sitting. Instead of loading up a 12-inch plate of food, make a heart. It's good for your heart. The health issue of overeating affects every living, breathing human person, and even if themselves are not overeaters, they most likely have a friend or loved one who is. And it's hard to address the topic. Our children today are the most heavy that they've been, out of shape, poor physical condition, and malnutrition than ever. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 18% of children between the ages of 6 through 11 are overweight. That is more than doubled in our generation. Also, according to the CDC, 21% of teens between the ages of 12 and 19 are overweight, which is quadrupled in our lifetime. And according to the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Disease, 1 in 3 adults are overweight, and 1 in 20 are morbidly obese. The impact this has on our community is astronomical. It is a death sentence. It kills more people each year than weapons of mass destruction and guns and firearms and things that, we're afraid of, or the government makes us be afraid of. More people die from heart disease than guns. Overeating leads to many health issues. It is a death sentence. Not only does the overweight person have a financial burden to themselves, but also to the taxpayers. And there are other implications not quite understood yet, like the impact that has on childbirth and for generations to come, and whether or not processed foods with chemicals and dyes are the true cause of the increase we've seen in autism in children. Other impacts on the community is just feeling bad in general. When a person is not heart healthy, they don't feel healthy. They wake up slow and sluggish, depressed, their clothes are too tight. I've had people tell me that they were treated mean and poorly throughout the day because they're fat. And it was different when they were thinner. Overeating needs to be addressed because it has gotten out of hand to the point that many people are unaware or unlearned. Simply don't know. It's just how they were raised. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, the highest rates of obesity are among low-income groups. Foods that are readily available to them have a high amount of added sugars, high amount of added fats, and are low cost and convenient. The proposed health policy is twofold. We need to address the words food and fuel, and no longer stuff that is junk can be called food. It's not food, it's junk. Also recognize that our body truly needs fuel. Like we put in our car, we put the right kind of fuel in our car. We need to put the right kind of fuel in our bodies. And we need to make a heart for your heart. This will teach healthy portion size amounts. One might argue it's not enough food, but actually, if you eat the right kinds of foods, fruit and nuts, and 10 ounces of water, it fills you up. It really does, and it'll sustain you for a few hours until your next portion. And it'll provide you with energy to get you throughout the day. People affected by this policy are all ages. For our youth, they will learn good eating habits. They will sustain and manage those throughout their lifetimes. They will be healthier, have more energy, more active. They'll have less doctor visits. Our teens are already might have established some eating habits as well, but they're also beginning to develop their own as adolescents and young adults. They might cook for themselves, they go out to eat with their friends. It's a good idea to get them to recognize important things of matters of food.